Hello everyone and welcome to another royal reading. It is a Monday afternoon as I do this reading, and I have a few things that I need to say just before I start the reading proper. First of all is that there is a scammer impersonating me, and someone has very kindly pointed this out to me. I have reported them. I am certain that they will be removed from YouTube because it is very clear that they are stealing my content and presenting it as their own. So hello scammer, you will be dealt with, and any other scammers that try the same thing will also be dealt with. And unfortunately I know there's some funny things going on YouTube at the moment with a lot of people, and so we just have to get through it and get through the energy. I've also got funny things going on with my creativity, my creative content in other areas of my life. Funny people trying to claim it as their work. It's all rather strange, but anyway, so that's just to say that I am aware of it. I have taken steps to have the content taken down, and thank you to everyone who has helped out. And so next thing is that I did actually record some videos yesterday, Sunday, and I decided not to upload them. I felt that there was bad energy around the readings, bad energy around the channel, and so I decided to delete them. They were about the children, they were about mental health issues, they were pretty dark, and I decided we didn't need to go there, not on a lovely Sunday evening. So that's where I was yesterday. I was actually recording, I was busy, but just decided not to upload what I recorded. So that's all that out of the way, and just because of what has been going on YouTube, and not just with me, I know other creators on YouTube are having trouble as well, and as I say, in my personal life, trouble with villains. So we have the Disney Villains Tarot deck out on the tarot table for this reading, and we have villains driving around in New York and doing all kinds of silly things. Interesting that footage is starting to come out. Bild have it in Germany, very clearly showing Harry and Meghan's SUV blocking the road, and the police stopping to find out what they're doing, parked so aggressively across it looks like 2 lanes of traffic. Anyway, that's not what we're reading on now. Well, we are sort of. We're reading on Gayle King and her new channel, her new show, not a channel, her new channel on CNN. CNN, a bit of a ratings plunge. Gayle King has moved over. She signed up to do a new show with, what's his name? Charles Barkley. So they're very cleverly, calling the show King Charles. Gayle King, Charles Barkley, King Charles. We're going to be looking at that in this reading because she seems to have it in for the British royal family. That's my opinion. A lot of people speculate she is one of Meghan's long-standing backers who might have an agenda, an anti-British royal family agenda. I have looked at things like that on the channel before, of course. And so she apparently, allegedly, is trying to get Harry and Meghan onto her show as her first guests. That would be quite a coup for her, especially as they're all in the news now with this high-speed car chase around Manhattan for 20 minutes at 0 miles an hour. So we're going to look at that. Also, we're going to look at whether she really believes their version of events. She has come out and said that it is troubling that people are downplaying the car chase. She, as far as I know, is the only celebrity, high-profile person who has come out in support of Harry and Meghan. Everyone else is ominously silent. Even Oprah, I don't think, has said anything. So she has come out and vaguely endorsed what is happening to them. So we want to know if she really believes what they are telling everyone. Then we want to know if Harry and Meghan are interested, how each of them feels about appearing on the show and telling their tale, because we have heard that they are contemplating releasing an interview, some sort of thing, telling their story, telling their side of things. And then we're going to find out as outcome if they are going to appear on the show and how it will go for them. Will they manage to persuade everyone that their version of events is the true version of events, or at least just their truth, because we know we're big on just their truth, and may not be objectively true, but it is their truth. So, 6 of Wands popped out there. Tarot of the Disney Villain Tarot, villain on YouTube, who is impersonating me, and various other people also in trouble. Funny energy. It's very strange energy at the moment. One more shuffle and then off we go. Sorry for the long rambling start, but had to get those things off my chest and out of the way. And I have to say my usual disclaimer as I put the cards on the table, that this is just tarot for entertainment. It's all fun, it's all speculation, it's all my opinion. I read energy here, I read archetypal energy because of the royal family. We can learn from archetypes, and there is of course a written disclaimer in the box below. Please read it, form your own opinions about everything that is going on and everything that I discuss here. It's going to be a 9-card reading. Hopefully you can fit these cards onto the tarot table. I think I just have managed to do it. And we've got the 3 of Swords as our underlying energy of this reading. Heartache, betrayal, pain, somebody who's trying to recover from heartache and pain and betrayal. And that very likely the Parkles did not expect the stunt, and I do believe it was a stunt, and it's seemingly more and more being proved it was a stunt. There were allegedly Netflix cameras in the SUV behind. Some terrible upset and tragedy that somebody is trying to recover from, and I would say that would be the Parkles. Things not going the way they expected. I don't think it's Gayle King. I don't think she could care less. It was quite a tepid statement that it's troubling, that people are downplaying this car chase. But anyway, so 3 of Swords. So we have got pain and anguish here in the energy field that I am tapping into in this reading. So let's see the overall situation. I'll talk you through this reading. We've got the High Priestess. That would be her energy. Because it's very powerful female energy, the High Priestess, very, very powerful, magical almost, and certainly the power of media would be there in that staff that she's carrying with that sort of light, very, very powerful image maker, influencer, somebody who can spin things, who can spin narratives for these people. There were 3 in the car, of course, Doria as well as Harry and Meghan, and High Priestess there, mysterious figure, influential, keeper of secrets. Definitely that is her energy, conjuring things. Don't normally get that energy from her, but that's what's coming through in the Disney Villain Tarot, and of course it is my interpretation of the energy. So first column, we're going to look at the title of the show, King Charles. Tell us a little bit about it, why it was chosen. Queen of Cups, that is very interesting. Queen of Cups in reverse, of course, that is Diana in reverse. The Queen of Cups, that's the Diana card. A lot of people think that this all goes back to Princess Diana, and Oprah was always very keen to get Diana on her show, interview her. Diana always wisely said no, a lesson that her son sadly didn't learn, her younger son. But it's a dig at King Charles for his treatment of Diana. I think there is that cult of Diana that still believes she was entirely innocent and Charles was the villain. We're in the Disney Villain Tarot. He was the villain, and that's Harry's story always, and Camilla, another Queen of Cups, another villain, and all of that narrative from the 90s, that's 30 years later, is still being spun, maybe still influencing these people, may still be influencing. This is some sort of clap back at King Charles for the way he treated his wife. And so yeah, it's pretty clear that there is a an agenda with that title, more than just funny, haha, aren't we clever? What is her attitude to King Charles? And I have asked the question already. I think we've answered it, but I have another card for that. So her attitude to the royal family, in particular to King Charles, what does she think? Queen of Wands in reverse. That would be Meghan. So we've got two women here, two queens, who are in reverse. And of course, the artwork, we're just kind of mostly going to ignore it. We're talking about the cards, the Rider-Waite interpretation of these cards. If it brings a little extra, then that's fine. We've got Snow White there, of course, the Innocent and the Witch. So yes, there is that energy in this Queen of Wands. But Queen of Wands is, of course, Meghan Markle as well. And Meghan Markle, of course, had that torrid time in the royal family where she was subject to abuse and bullying and racism. And I'm sorry, I know that I upset some people who watch this when I say that. I am being sarcastic, of course. And this is all sarcasm. And the royal family, in fact, treated her impeccably, were very kind and generous, were not at all racist, welcomed her into the family, and then she trampled all over them. That is my opinion. That is my opinion of what happened. But there is Princess Diana and there is Princess Meghan. That are both in the reverse, both, you would say, from that energy. Gayle King thinks have been disrespected, treated very badly by the royal family, in particular by King Charles. So it's very clear for me as a tarot reader interpreting these cards. In my opinion, the name of the channel is a very direct assault on the king by Gayle King and her sidekick, Charles Barkley. So, how eager is she to get Harry and Meghan on as her first guest? How desperate is she? We've got the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. And spinning, things that need to be spun. If it was upright, I would say that she thought this was a big lucky break for her. But she's still going to make use of their misfortune, the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. And that would be a lucky break for her. So she needs something to turn her luck around. With the Wheel of Fortune in reverse, it might be that she's feeling that things aren't really going her way. She needs some wind in her sails. She needs to get this off to a better start. But we have got luck here, we have got timing, we have got fortune and strange twists and turns. And so I think, this is my interpretation, that with that Wheel of Fortune, their misfortune, what happened to them, is a godsend to her, that she can use it to her advantage. She can twist, turn her narrative around, her situation around, and make something better of it, get that wheel moving. And improve her circumstances with this. So I do think she is quite eager to get them on. It's a big card, the Wheel of Fortune, and it's a gamble that also is there in that energy, that this might be a bit of a gamble for her. And there might be people who are warning her that this might not go so well. I'm getting voices in my head saying that, no, I'm not, what's the word? It's not a mental health issue, it's intuition. So when I say that, don't worry and think I need to be medicated. I don't, well, not yet. But anyway, I think there might be people who say, maybe not such a clever idea. This might go badly for you, unexpectedly badly. Does she believe them? Next card. How genuine does she think this story is? Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is media, is PR, is a fast one. The Eight of Wands is literally sending messages out as fast as you can get them out. And PR stories, news stories, flying. I think she sees through it and thinks that it is PR. The card is upright, so at some level she does think that there is substance to this story that has come flying out, but she also sees that it is it's a bit of hocus pocus in this card with that cauldron and the fumes rising from the cauldron, that a little bit toxic, a little bit of a spell being cast there with the Eight of Wands, interestingly. So, but it's not sinister energy. The only thing that's really creepy is this card, the Three of Swords. How does Harry feel about going on the Gayle King show, the King Charles show, excuse me, to tell his story of being experiencing his mother's agony and grief, the Queen of Cups there? How does he, is he eager to do this? Does he want to do it? We've got the Eight of Coins in reverse. I would say he doesn't, not unless he's paid. Because it's about money, the Eight of Coins, very obviously. It's about hard work. It's about monetizing things. It's about working very hard, giving your time, giving your energy, your effort to something. Does he want to go and sit on TV with Gayle King? He's going to have to be coached. I think he found those interviews that he did to promote his book earlier in the year. I think he found them quite hard work. He would have had to be reasonably sober and compos mentis. He would have had to be clean and shaved and scrubbed. Not that he looked particularly clean and shaved and scrubbed. He has to learn his lines and be briefed and rehearse things, and it's effort. And I don't think he can be bothered with the effort, with the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. But I also think, as I said earlier, that he might expect that he has to be paid handsomely for his effort, otherwise he's a no-show. Interesting. There might be negotiations around money at this point. How about Meghan? How eager is Meghan to get on the show and tell her story, like she did with Ellen and everybody else? The World in reverse, she may not be so keen, and that's quite funny right now. The World is a completion. Well done, you've done what you needed to do, and everybody sees it. Congratulations, and on you go. But when it's in reverse, you failed at whatever you set out to accomplish, and she certainly set out to accomplish something with that stunt, as I believe it was, my opinion. But it did not go the way she imagined it was going to go. It has been humiliating. The whole world has witnessed her humiliation. There is speculation that she's too embarrassed to show up at the Gracie Awards. I think they are tomorrow evening in LA. And so I'm getting that they're both hesitant. Harry, because it's just too much effort and I need the money. You pay me, otherwise I'm not going to be there. And she, embarrassed, humiliated. The whole world's watching this, and it's cringe. And she knows it's cringe. She does know it's cringe, because I've seen that energy in the readings that I've done on her since the car chase. That was not so much of a car chase at all. And she has looked quite devastated. I've got things like the Tower and the Ten of Swords and stuff like that. So at the moment, she is, I think, wanting to just hide away and lick her wounds. The Three of Swords here, that's there. Her energy very much, and not appear in public and not have to go through this and explain what actually happened, even if it's her truth that she's telling. You could read that card a little bit differently, but that's how I'm reading it. So we'll go with that. Outcome, are they going to show up? Are we going to see them on this show? And we have got the Hanged Man. Doesn't look like it. With the Hanged Man, it's an inaction card, in limbo, powerless, victims, all of that sort of thing. The Hanged Man, when it's upright. And if they do go on the show, then they will be hung out to dry. And I think that that's what they fear, that it could go horribly wrong for them, Wheel of Fortune in reverse, that they could just be made to look like real idiots. And so it's quite dangerous for them. I mean, that's a dangerous thing, hanging from that tree in the Jungle Book. Very dangerous. Wouldn't want to meet that. So they are fearful of it going badly wrong. How will it go if they show up? If they show up and they tell their story, how believable will it be? How compelling? How will everyone feel for them afterwards? Oh, poor things, they really did suffer. We got the Three of Cups in reverse. That's a falling out of friends. Afterwards, it's going to look as if Gayle King is no longer on Team Sussex. And that's quite chilling. And that, I think, is what they fear with that Hanged Man energy. It will be very clear to everybody that this is a friendship that is falling apart. There could even be things to do with substances and stuff like that. A lot of people speculating that Harry looked high, whether he was medicated or whether he was self-medicating. He did look completely out of it. Lady C was having a rant about the white powder on Meghan's dress and her leg. So who knows? There might be. There are people even now saying that the driver looked like he was on something, that he was on some party pills or powder or something like that, because he was having a real rant, dancing up and down in the road. And one of the pap that seemingly has sold his footage to Bild in Germany, it was saying, you know, he's been crazy, he's been doing the crazy all the way, basically. So there could be problems with substances. Might even be that there are people in the NYPD who are investigating that. That's a wild tangent that I have just gone on, I have to tell you, with that Three of Cups. But Three of Cups is the party card, is the overindulgent card when it's in reverse. So we have to say that, but just generally it is about friends, and when it's in reverse, friends are falling out. So there is your reading. It does not look like we're going to see them in this current energy, unless something really goes a lot worse for them and they really feel that they have to. And with that, the dog starts very loud. He's been very loud this afternoon, so I'm going to end it. Thank you for watching, and again, thank you for alerting me to the scammer out there, and I will see you hopefully on the next reading.